All right, this is January 8th, meeting of the Town of Brookhaven Industrial Development Agency. Quorum is present. First, I'd like to address the minutes of our meeting of November 20th. Those have been sent to everybody. Can I have a motion to accept? So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Similarly, minutes of our meeting of December 2nd. So motion to accept that. So moved. Second.
Oh, we're getting, let's put him on mute.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Turn it over to Lori for our CFO's report.
Oh, okay. Frank, will you hit mute, please? Frank, could you hit mute on your phone,
We're
please?
getting a feedback here.
I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Lori?
Okay, so included in the package is the operating statement versus budget from January through December.
Page 14.
It shows the December activity and the year-to-date, and then the comparison to budget. Just want to point out some things. We had 2 closings in the month of December, 1 application fee, mortgage modification, extension of sales tax, and housing study. The only other things I want to point out is you'll see down in the retirement expense, that's our annual disbursement that goes out normally in December. That's for the entire year. And also there's another, in marketing, we have 2 payments because there was billing that wasn't received timely. So there's 2 payments that were made during the month. And these numbers are unaudited, so there could be further adjustments. We did, the auditors, the external auditors sent out confirms to all the board members as soon as possible. Please respond directly to ABC. We will start the audit the end of January, and report back should be done at our March meeting results. Any questions?
Motion to accept Lori's report. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right, now we need to go through the organizational resolutions here. Unfortunately, the list is a little bit longer than it was. Sure. Okay.
So I just wanted to take the on the commons item out of order because if we have questions, the representative is available right now. So if you go to page 38 in your packets, you will see the report that was done.
Or you'd make the same mistake, I did. Or form?
No, on the commons.
Okay,
Well, we'll take that.
okay.
For now, we're on the commons. So it's on page 38 of the packets. It's the report that Camoin did for the On the Commons project, which is a proposed housing project in Rocky Point. We've worked with Camoin to come up with a proposed pilot. So this was sent to you in advance on page, yep, but page 3 of the study, which is actually page 40 of our packets, you will see the proposed pilot. It says pilot schedule 10 year. There's a lot of information in here, but that's sort of the crux of what I'm asking you to consider.
Do you need a resolution today?
Just- Okay, so it's for your information. Make sure that you're good with us moving forward with this.
FYI. And if you look at it after the meeting and you have any questions, just make sure you get back to us.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll go back into. And we'll also take the Orbit Bloom resolution out of order. That's on page 21 of your packets. On page 21, you'll find the cost benefit analysis for this project as well as the pilot, the proposed pilot. We had a public hearing the other day and there was no comments made at the public hearing.
This is the final authorizing resolution.
Final authorizing resolution, yes.
Care to move it? So moved. Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Happy guy.
Back into the organizational resolutions. Resolutions 1 through 5.
They're on, sorry, on page 16.
Appointment of Lisa as CEO. Appointment of Executive Assistant of Jocelyn. Appointment of the Chief Financial Officer, Lori. Appointment of Administrative Assistant, Terry. Appointment of Deputy Executive Director, Kim Tula.
Second.
Okay, you just point them. Put those on other pieces in there. Thanks.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next 5, appointment of legal counsel, Bill Howard Weir, Howard Gross, and Aresto. Appointment of insurance broker, and our new broker is, what the broker is? Didn't mean to- All right, our existing insurance, we will continue with our existing insurance broker.
What are they called?
JP Rusk.
No, that's the risk manager. Romeo, yeah.
ICC Industrial.
ICC
Yeah.
Industrial.
Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
that's okay. It's not highlighted.
And as it relates to the IDA board officers,
Same as the
you want
LPC.
to continue for the officers that we currently have? Anybody want to make any changes? Move it as is? Okay. Establishment and appointing of governance committee, we'll keep that the same. Establishment and appointing of the audit committee, same. And office rental at the town of Brookhaven, which is $1,500 a month. So that group of resolutions, motion, second,
Second.
I have to abstain from number 7.
which is the appointment of the insurance broker.
Yes.
Okay, so noted. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 12, the hourly requirement. Number 13 is the 2020 meeting schedule, which has already been approved. Appointment of the website design and maintenance folks. Banking and investment with Empire National, as I said, there'll be one modification to that resolution that'll say Empire National Bank is the successor and assigns, as we know, it is in contract being acquired by Investors Bank sometime, probably April of this year. Number 16 is adopting a mission statement and measurement report. You want to comment on that?
Sure. So as you know, annually, we have to adopt the New York State. Okay, we have to adopt the mission statement and measurement report. And much of it is just basic information about the IDA that you have to adopt annually. One of the things in here is a discussion of our mission statement, which I will read to you. It says, the mission statement of the Town of Brookhaven Industrial Development Agency is to improve the quality of life of Brookhaven town residents by promoting and assisting the growth of businesses that will increase employment opportunities, increase the commercial tax base, and are sensitive to the quality of the environment. To accomplish our mission, we will aggressively market to companies currently located within the town, as well as those organizations external to the town, utilizing the various incentives available to the IDA, specifically sales tax and mortgage reporting tax exemptions, real estate tax abatements, and the ability to issue lower cost tax exempt and taxable bonds. Those of us who went to the recent IDA Academy, the ABO strongly encouraged us to look to really think about our mission statement. So I'm not sure if it's something that we want to necessarily do here right now, but I think it might behoove us to have maybe the governance committee think about if we want to make any changes to it. I think it's okay to adopt as it is, but we might want to do that in the future. Were there any issues with as it is? Okay. Then we also have our measurements, which are to secure capital investment commitments from new and existing IDA projects during 2020 of $150 million, secure job creation commitments during 2020 of 500 jobs, and to promote and market the IDA. The authority stakeholders are the Town of Brookhaven Town Council and applicable corporate and individual residents of the town of Brookhaven. The beneficiaries are the residents and taxing jurisdictions of the town of Brookhaven and the customers of business community of the town of Brookhaven. Your self-evaluation is to be provided by March 31st, and it has to do with the 2019 performance. So we're already working on those. And then you have a governance certification. It says, have the government acknowledge that they have read and understand the mission of the public authority?
Yes, they have.
Who has the power to appoint management of the public authority? The Town of Brookhaven Industrial Development Agency Board of Directors is the response to that. If the board appoints management, do you have a policy you follow when appointing the management of the public authority?
Yes.
And it says, briefly describe the role of the board and the role of management in the implementation of the mission. The role of the board regarding the implementation of the public authority's mission is to provide strategic input, guidance, oversight, mission authorization, policy setting, and validation of the authority's mission, measurements, and results. The role of management is to collaborate with the board in strategy development, strategy authorization, and to implement established programs, processes, activities, and policies to achieve the public authority's mission. So that is the role of the board and the role of management. And has the board acknowledged that they have read and understand the responses to each of these questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
All right, the next one is the adoption of the Town of Brookhaven ethics policy, procurement, public and property acquisition disposal policy, adopting governance committee charter, audit committee charter, and finance committee charter. Can I have a motion to accept that group of resolution, please?
The only thing I just want to point out is, we can do this in the governance committee. We may want to make an adjustment to our ethics policy. So we currently have the town's ethic policy as our ethics policy. Nixon Peabody had put one together for another IDA that I think might work for us a little bit better. So again, this is something that I can bring to the governance committee if you'd like to evaluate it.
There's a motion on the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 19 is adopting uniform tax exempt policy. I'd like to skip over that. Come back to that later in the meeting. Number 20 is adopting compensation policy. Number 21 is adopting a policy concerning board member and employee loans, of which there are none. Adopting a prevailing wage policy, adopting a whistleblower policy, investment policy, establishing and appointing a finance committee, and adopting an adaptive reuse policy. Have a motion for that group?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. The next group, delegating and authorizing execution of IDA documents, adopting an incentive compensation policy. I don't know that we need to do anything on that now.
Just if you want to change,
Well, we'll
go back to it.
actually, we'll skip over that for the moment. Adopting a deferred compensation policy. The 2020 holiday schedule has already been approved, which mirrors the town. Adopting a travel and discretionary funds policy. Adopting an accrual policy for full-time management employees. Adopting a bereavement policy, which again follows the town. A motion to accept those.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
The audit financial report service. For change?
Yes, well, there is a change to the dollar amounts, but what we had in last year's resolution, since we gave ourselves a little bit of a little extra room. We had 23,000 in the resolution last year, and it is slated to go to 21,900. So I think we can keep that one the same with the 23. It gives us a little bit of wiggle room. And then also in this resolution is the authority for Jones Little to do the taxes, to prepare the New York State Social Security Administration IRS forms. And that we had $1,500 from last year, and it's going to $1,300. So we're still within the difference. So I think we can leave it as it was last year, just change the dates.
Number 34 is adopting an accrual policy for full-time non-management employees. 35, conflict of interest policy. 36, appointment of insurance risk manager.
And that, the only change with that one is that we'll have JB Risk Services in there.
When did they become effective approximately?
That was last year,
May, June? Okay, that's fine. Appointment of a public relations firm, approval of unlawful harassment and unlawful sexual harassment prohibition policy. A resolution for that group. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
I will skip over number 39, which is approval of the 2019 incentive compensation. Number 40 is appointment of administrative assistant. That's Amy Alardo. That's a new appointment. Policy with regard to jury duties, number 41. Number 42, employee health insurance.
one more policy that we haven't had in the past that I want to bring forward for your consideration is a policy to mirror what the town does as far as cancer screening is concerned. And that would be the opportunity for employees to have 4 hours of time off annually if the employee does a cancer screening. It may be limited to mammographies and prostate for men, but I think we should probably mirror what the town does. And there's a form to fill out. It gets signed by the doctor to make sure that the person has actually gone to that appointment.
So that group of resolutions.
So moved.
Second?
Aye.
All those in favor? Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to have a resolution to go into executive session, please.
So moved.
Second? Thank you. Terry, we're up.
Chris, you have to hit it one more time.
Do I need to leave?
Yes, ma'am.
That's going.